Hey everybody! So today's video is going to be a tag video, and it is the 15 confessions of a hairstylist tag. I was not tagged by anybody, but I did want to do this just because I am a hairstylist and it does pertain to what I do for a living. So we're just going to jump right into the questions. So the first question is, how long have you been in the industry? What is your title? I have been doing hair for around 4 years. I've had my license for over 3 years. It's been like 3.5 years now. And what is my title? I am just a hairstylist at the salon that I work with. I don't really know what else to say about that one. We don't do like specialties or anything like that in the salon where I work, so I am a hairstylist. Number 2, what is your favorite flat iron, curling iron, blow dryer? Now my favorite blow dryer is the Babyliss Pro. It's the porcelain ceramic blow dryer. I actually have it. So here it is right here. The cord is wrapped around it, but it's just like this. It's sort of like a matte type finish. I actually have 3 of these. I have one like this one at my house. I have the same one at the salon, and then I have one right up here. You can't see it. It's on a blow dry stand, and I really like it. It dries the hair fast and works really well. My favorite types of curling irons are just like this, either hot tools or anything like that. They just work really well. They get hot really fast. And my favorite flat iron is my GHD. I don't have one for the salon, but it is a goal of mine to be able to afford to get one for the salon. This one is just a part of the candy collection, and I really like this one a lot. It does not snag my hair, so I really am looking forward to buying one for the salon so I can use it on my clients. Number 3, newbie lesson learned story. Okay, I had only been working at the salon I previously worked at for, let me say, it had only been a few months. This girl came in and I understand some people, they think they know a lot about hair, but in all reality, like, we went to school for it, and I know people that don't do hair can know a lot about it, but she was not one of those people at all. She basically told me what to do to her hair, and mind you, I'd only been doing hair, I didn't even have my license for a full year yet, and I'm sort of a pushover. I become quite a bit better now, but I was a pushover at the time, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do what she wants, and I kind of had a feeling it was not going to work for her hair, but I did it anyway because that's what she claimed her old stylist did, and obviously it did not turn out just like I was expecting, and she basically blamed me even though I told her it wasn't the route I wanted to go, and she insisted that that is what her stylist did, so we did it anyway. And here's the thing. Never, ever, ever, as a hairstylist, say that you will give somebody their money back. You offer to do the service, like to correct the service, not for free. You never use the word free because people will take advantage of that. And obviously, say you do a haircut and something went wrong and they come back and they want it fixed, yes, do that for free. But you should never tell somebody that you will do a service for free and give them their money back. That is not right, especially if you are willing to fix it. So I told her, how about we set up another appointment? You can come on in. And here's where I went wrong. I was going to do the second part for free, even though it should not have been on me at all. It was sort of on her, but I did not want to upset anybody just starting out. So what I said was, come on in, and if you still don't like it, I will give you your money back. Now, here's where I went wrong. She came in like 10 minutes before her scheduled appointment and basically said she did not want her to get her hair fixed. And she was planning on going somewhere else, and come to find out she did not go anywhere else. She was fine with her hair after that, and I ended up giving her her money back, and she got a free wax out of me because I just gave her all the money back and forgot that I had given her a wax also. So she got a free color cut wax from me, even though it was not my fault. So that's a lesson learned, is don't be a pushover, stand your ground, have policies. My policy now is I do free fixes, but I do not do anything else for free. I don't give money back, anything like that. I do free fixes. So that is a newbie lesson learned, and that was a long one, so I'm sorry about that. Number 4, best gift a client ever gave you. I don't really ever get like actual gifts from clients, but I do get really good advice from clients. I guess one thing I will say from one of my families that I brought from the first salon I worked at to this salon that I am previously working at, my boyfriend and I just got this house. He bought it, and then we needed a lot of appliances for it, and I actually had a client give me a stove and oven for free, and it was like an electric one, really nice. So I guess you could say that is a gift. Like, that's a huge gift. So that's probably the best gift anyone has ever given me, for my clients, I mean. Number 5, current color formula and haircut. So if you have not seen any of my other videos, you probably have no idea about my hair history or anything. I'm typically blonde, but I have gone brunette a few times in the past years and regretted it. I always go back to blonde, and I recently just went this blonde a few weeks ago. I have a video on it where I used Olaplex. I can leave that linked down below if you're interested. And so right now we just did like a full bleach out. We had to do 2 processes, and then I toned it, which I did not include in the video. I showed pictures, but I did not show the process. I do have another video how I tone hair. I talk all about toners, what to use it, when to use it. So I will leave that link down below also. And so I did like a full bleach out. My hair turned pretty golden and yellow, so I had to do like spot toning, what I call spot toning. And then after that, I was just using purple shampoo, and then I decided I wanted to go silver, which obviously I'm not silver right now, but I did use, I watched a video from Battle Lash, and her stylist was in the video, and she said that she used Willa's Color Touch 8-81, which is like a silvery pearl ash blonde. It's like a light ashy silver blonde. So I did that, and I think instead of giving me a silver tone, it just counteracted some of the yellow that was in my hair. So my roots were pretty silver, the ends of my hair were still kind of yellow, so this is just faded out from a few washes. It didn't stay in my hair very long. So this is just what it is, faded out right now. It is sort of like a neutral blonde, and I do like it right now. I still do want to go silver in the future, but I'm still really nervous to like fully commit to that. And my haircut is just I would consider this almost medium length. It's pretty short actually, but it is almost medium length. It's the longest part is at my collarbone, sorry, and then I have shorter layers throughout. So that is my haircut. Number 6, how many color lines have you tried? What is your favorite? Now, I have tried quite a few color lines, but I can't say I've fully committed to trying like a whole like color range from certain lines, but I have tried Matrix, when that's what we used when I was in cosmetology school. I have tried Joico. I use Paul Mitchell right now at the salon. I have tried Chi Color. I have tried Kenra, and I can honestly only say I've fully committed to using Joico at the first salon I worked at, and then Paul Mitchell now. And I would say I like both, but right now I'm just really used to using Paul Mitchell. I've become more comfortable with it. So I would have to say that Paul Mitchell is my favorite, even though it does not work on everybody's hair in my personal opinion. Number 7, are you on team Lightener or High Lift? I've only used High Lift a few times, and typically I'm not like fully satisfied with the results. They're a little bit how should I say, high lifts are a little unpredictable. I will say that. You don't sometimes know the person's underlying pigments, and it can pull a lot of gold and warmth. So I've used highlights a few different times, but it's not something that I would recommend unless you know the person's hair very well. I am definitely team Lightener. It does great work, and especially now the Olaplex is out, a lot of people have been a little bit more ambitious to use Lightener, and just in like different ways, or like ways you would have never done without Olaplex, which I think is awesome. So I like to lighten and then tone if I have to, and with high lift color sometimes you can't tone afterward. Like with a typical toner, it just won't work. So I definitely do like using Lightener. You can go over color treated hair with it. Sometimes with high lifts you can't do it because it is just like a high lift color. It's not a bleach. It's not going to remove like artificial pigment from the hair. So definitely team Lightener. Number 8, name one rule you do not follow. For myself, I would say that I do not follow the typical coloring and bleaching of my own hair. I definitely do more to my hair than I ever would recommend doing on a client, so that would be the one rule that I do not follow on myself. But I always say that I can just chop my hair off and just let it grow after that, and I will be totally fine. But most people do not think that way. For me, I do, so it's not that big of a deal if I do damage my hair. I can always just cut it off. Number 9, what shears do you use? At the salon I have Rocket Dogs. They are just like a silver with orange, and that's what I use. I know they're not going to be the scissors that I use forever, but they work really great for right now. That is what my texturizing shears are also, and I really do like the brand. It is a pretty affordable brand. It's nothing too super crazy expensive, but for me they are still very good shears, and I do recommend them. Number 10, pet peeve that your clients do. I would say the major one is when they move their head, or especially when, I mean, cutting is a big deal. I don't want somebody moving their head and chop my finger off or cut their ear and stuff like that, or give them like a hole in the haircut, especially for men. But I would say that especially when I am trying to highlight and get a foil in somebody's hair, when they're moving and stuff, it is almost near impossible for me to get it perfect in the way that I want it. And some people are just movers, and that is perfectly fine. But if you can be a little bit more conscious about it, I would try not to move when your stylist is doing your hair, just because that can be a big no-no and a boo-boo can happen. So yeah, I would say the #1 pet peeve is when my clients move around too much. 11, favorite services to perform. I am huge into color. I pretty much like everything that I do at the salon, but I really do enjoy doing colors, like color corrections, anything that's different. I do like to do like hair changes on people, like say that they're typically always just getting like brown color and say they want to go like a really nice red or blonde. Those are really fun for me. Like color corrections are fun. So that's I guess what I would say. Ooh, that is what I would say is my favorite, is like color corrections or anything to do with changing hair color. Number 12, crazy client request. Now this isn't a client of mine, this is just somebody that I work with that has a client that comes in, I would say like every 2 months, and he actually has a toupee and it looks like a guinea pig, and it doesn't look bad. I would say she does an awesome job for what she has to work with, but you can tell that it is not his real hair. It is, you can definitely tell it's a hair piece, and he wants his own room. He doesn't like to be out in the salon with all of us. We don't have private rooms where I work. We all just like work next to stations together, which I love. But he actually has to go in the back, one of the back empty nail rooms, and have her do his hair back there, just because he doesn't want other people seeing it get done, even though people know that it is not his real hair. So I would say that that is a crazy client request, and not one of mine, but I do see it every few months in the salon when he comes in. Number 13, booth rent or commission. I have worked both. Right now I am working booth rent, and the first salon I was in for 6 months I did commission, and I would say there's pros and cons to both, but my situation was different in both salons. The first salon I worked in, like I said, was commission. I got 60%, and the person that I worked for got 40% of what I made, and they also provided almost all of the products that I used, besides like my scissors and combs and things like that, but they got all the color and product. And it was okay, but it was in a village, and when I say it's in a village, it's not even in a town, so walk-ins were very slim. Some days would go by where I was there for 8 or 9 hours and I would get one men's haircut, and in my area we don't charge that much. $10 is pretty standard for a men's haircut, or it was. I charge a few extra dollars now, but at the time that's the standard. It was $10. So say I only got one men's haircut, I would only make $6 that day, and then she would get $4, which was awful. So I can say if you're working in a bigger area, commission might be best for you. I personally like booth rent. Say I make $200 in a day, I only have a certain amount of money that I have to put toward my booth rent for the month, and I get to take home a lot more than I would for commission. I do have to buy all my own stuff, so that is the downside of it, but everything is mine that I have. I can easily like pack up my stuff and go, and everything I have is mine. I'm not planning on doing that. I love the salon I work in, but I'm just saying that yes, booth rent is definitely more for me, I think. 14, why did you choose this career? Are you at your final destination? I've always wanted to do hair. It has just always been like a really big passion of mine. I've always been into styling hair, and I used to cut some friends' hair when I was younger and color it, like not young, I'm talking like high school. But yes, I've always wanted to do hair. I've never seen myself really doing anything else. I knew college, or a typical college, was not for me. I did not want to spend 4 or 5 years sitting in a classroom that I had no interest in. So I'm a pretty artistic person, and hairstylists in general have to be. It's a very visual job, and so that is why I chose to do this. I can't see myself doing anything other than hair. I can see myself expanding out into doing more in the beauty industry, but I do love my job, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I can't see myself, like I said, doing anything else. And am I at my final destination? And I don't know if they mean am I willing to expand what I do, or if I'm in the salon I want to be in forever. And I can't say that I am at my final destination. I'm only 23 years old. My job can take me plenty of places, so I can't say that I am at my final destination, and I do want to expand what I can do and what I am capable of. Number 15 is the last question. A word of advice to somebody starting out. Now, there's a lot of things I can say, but the #1 thing is do not be discouraged. And that's the thing, I think when people get out of hair school, they think they know a lot more than they typically do. In my opinion, I think that cosmetology school basically just gets you through state boards, and then whatever you do after is what actually progresses your abilities. And that is nothing against hair schools. I know a lot of them are probably really hands-on. The one I went to was really cheap, but it did get me to pass my state boards the first time around. And I'm thankful for what I did learn there, but I have learned so much after going to cosmetology school. And so I would say that never stop expanding what you can do. I researched a lot on YouTube. I am subscribed to a ton of different hairstylists that do hair videos and advice videos. Like April from Hair 101, I absolutely love her channel. That blonde girl, Mandy, I love her channel also. Those are really two big ones. Guy Tang is awesome. So I'm subscribed to all of those people, so I'm constantly learning new techniques from them. I really like to go on Modern Salon online. They always have color formulas and advice columns, everything like that. And I'm also a part of the Free Salon Education online forum, so where a bunch of hairstylists can interact with one another. So I would say never stop expanding what you learn. Always keep up to date on the trends and everything like that. And that is like an everyday thing for me. I'm not even kidding when I say I go and do, like, I check out all those channels every day. I go on those websites every day to expand what I am learning. And I would say definitely that is the best advice, is don't think you know it all, and there's always something new to learn. So just keep up with the trends and keep learning anything you possibly can. If you are a hairstylist and want to do this tag, go ahead and do it, and you can let me know that you did it in the comments so I can check out your video. If you have not subscribed and want to, I would really appreciate if you would. If you have any requests that you want to see, you can go ahead and leave those in the comment section as well. I really do like interacting with you guys. So that is all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye everybody.